Hello guys, so welcome back once again. So in our previous part we completed this our team option, okay, where we were scrolling our team member using horizontal list view, okay. And in our previous part we completed this section and this menu bar section. Now in this part I'm gonna show you how can we do this option, this latest post feature, like these images, this text, the date, and this read more option. So for doing this, what we need to do, we need to create another container, and then we need to define, first of all we need to define this one, and then all of this list of item. That means we first of time we need to set a container, and after that we need to use column so that we can add this latest post and then this one, okay. So let's get started. So this is our int of this container, that means this container, int, and after that we need to add this thing. So in here, first of all, I would like to add a new size box. Okay, so for doing this, to use new size box, and height is going to be, and what I can say, height is going to be, you can say 10.0. Okay, why we're getting this error? And now it's working. So after this container, what we need to do, we need to add a new container. So new container, and this container, first of all we need to add margin, okay. So margin, so add the margin. So margin is going to be as inset all, and I would like to select 10 because all of our previous container we used margin 10. Now we need to define the height and width. So height is going to be media query, so not actually media query, we can say, let's say 600.0, we will change it later. And width is going to be media query dot of context dot size dot width, okay, so that it can take the full width, okay, full screen width. Okay, now let's save this project. Now if I run this, hopefully we'll be able to see some space at the end of this section so that we can scroll it. See, we can see this is scroll, and this is just because of the height is 600, okay. And after this height we need to add the child, and the child is going to be a column. So new column, and column is, and as I said that whenever we will add the column we need to add the children. So add children of widget, okay. So after this children of widget we need to add two column items. First one is this latest post, and then this one, okay. So define a container. So new container, and in here need to add the margin. So margin is going to be as inset all, is going to be 10.0, and then add the child. So first of all need to add the decoration. So decoration is going to be new box decoration, and inside this box decoration, what we need to do, we need to add the border radius. So going to be border radius, and border radius is going to be border radius dot circular, and select it 15.0, and we need to choose the color of the border radius, and color is going to be colors dot, what I can say the purple color, I can say the deep purple, okay. Now we need to define the height and width, and as well as we need to define the text. I think if we select the text we will be able to see it. So let's first select the text. The child is going to be new text, and we can say latest post, and in here we also need to add the style of our text. Style is going to be text style, and then change the font size and say font size is going to be 18.0, and color is going to be colors dot white. Okay, so first save it and then run it. Let's see what can we see, and refresh the browser. And if I refresh the browser, in here we will be able to see this latest post, but it's not looking good. And the thing is that we didn't mention the height and weight. So instead of height and weight, I think it will be better if I select here the padding. Okay, so padding is going to be as inset all 10.0 and save. And now refresh it. And now see, it quite good. Now we need to add this post in the left side according to this image, but it's in the middle. So how can we solve this? So all of this container will add inside this column. Okay, so this column. Okay, so this column has a property called cross axis alignment, and cross axis alignment dot start. Okay, now save it and then run it. And now we can see this latest post option. Okay, I think I gave a huge space from this container to this end container. So using this size box, I think I need to remove it to 10 to select 5. Okay, now if I refresh it, then I think, yeah, it's quite good. Okay, fine, no problem actually. So now we need to add this thing here. Okay, so how can we add it? So as I said that this is our main container. That container contains the whole data, and inside this container I added a column so that we can add two column item. One is this one, and another column item this one. Okay, and this one will also be a list. So for doing this, so this is our column, inside the column. This one is our first column that contains this latest post, and after that we need to add another container, and this container will contain the whole list of data. So add size box first so that we can get some space. So new size box and add the height, and I can say height, height 7.0, add a comma, and now add the new container. So new container. So new container, I think we need to add the margin so that we can get few space. So as inset all, and it's going to be 10.0. And after that margin, we need to define this thing, like, you know, what can we do? We can in here, so if we have the multiple list item, then we need to do a scroll. So we need to use here the list view so that we can do the scroll. So for doing this, first of all we need to add the child, and the child is going to be new list view, or we can do it in two way actually. So this is our main container, and in container we can also implement the list view, but don't need to do this, we can do it here. So new list view, so new list view, and this list view contains a children of widget. Okay, so inside this children of widget we need to define a container, and each and every container will have a row, and this one contains this whole data. Okay, so new container. Okay, so new container, and it in here, and in here what we can say, we can say that child, and child is going to be new row is going to be row has children of widget. Okay, so why I am using here row, and the reason is that in here, if we look at in this image, we have a image, then we have a text, then we have this date, then we have this read more. So that I am using the row so that we can divide it in two rows. So this one is this row, and this one is another row item, but in here we also need to use the column. So this one is first column item, then second column item, then the okay. So how can we do this right now? For doing this, so this one is our first container that will contain this whole field, okay, and inside this we need to we added a row, and now I am gonna add here new expanded. As you already know that we need to use the expanded so that we can divide our row. So expanded, select the flex, I think 2 will be good, and before that we need to select the height of our container. So select the height, and height I can say 200.0 will be good. After this expanded, we need to add a child, and child is going to be, and the child will going to be a image. So new image, and image contain a image, and this image is going to be asset image, asset image, and inside this asset image we need to add our asset name as image name. So this is our asset image name. So let's say at the g.jpg. okay, then we need to add the property called fit, and fit is going to be box fit dot cover. Okay, we don't need to define the width in this image because we are using the flex, so it will automatically take the distance. So if I save this, and now if I run it, now I will see the image will in the whole screen because we have added only one expanded item. So I need to reload it. Okay, we got an error, and the reason is that we selected the height of this container, but we did not define the height of this container. Okay, so this is the important things. We need to define the height of this container, okay, because we are adding all of this data inside this container. So select the height, and height let's say 800.0. now save, and now if I refresh it, and here we can see the images, that is the whole screen, but we got some error here, and the reason is that we did not define the exact size here. Okay, so now we can scroll it, okay. Right now we can see the whole image because we added only one expanded here, and this is our only one expanded data. Once we will add another expanded, then we will be able to see this thing. So we added this one 800, but we added this one 600. So if I added it the 800, then if I save it and if I run it, then hopefully we will be able to see it here. Okay, now see, okay, it's fine, almost good, but why we are getting this error here? Bottom over, okay, padding, insert all, then this is the container, and the list view container is height 200, and this one is our first container. Okay, so this one is our container, and this one is our this container that has a wide height 800. Can I add it to 180? And now if I save it, just for checking if this problem is happening for the space. Okay, yeah, so the problem was only for the height. Okay, now see it working. Okay, all right, now we can see the images. So our problem is fixed. We can reduce the height later. I think select it to 12, it will be good. And now if I refresh it, we will be able to see some less height. Okay, it's good. Now after that we will add another expanded where we will add this thing. So we need to define expanded, then we need to define a container, then we need to define the column. Okay, so this one is our main container. Okay, and after that this one is our container where we are getting all of this latest post, and after this we have another container, and this container has another content list view, and this one has this container, and this container is for what I can say, this container is for, and this container is for our each and every item data. Okay, so I think in here I can comment out here the container, this container is for item data. Okay, so I can copy this comment here, and at the end of this container I think I need to add it so that we can understand it. Int, okay, so that now next time each and every time we need to copy this container. Okay, one again. So this one is our first expanded where we added the images, and after that we need to add another expanded, and it's going to be new. And before that it will be good if we can add a size box so that we can get some space. So new size box, new size box is going to be wide, is going to be 10.0, and new container, so new container is going to be, and in here as we can see the post, okay, column by column, column item 1, column item 2, and column item 3. so in here we need to define, we did a mistake, not container, we need to define the expanded here. So expanded here, and in here we need to define the flex. Flex is going to be, I think, say 3, and then child, and this child is going to be new container, and inside this container we need to add a child, and the child is gonna be our column. Okay, and column has children of widget, and inside this children of widget what we need to do, we need to add all of our data. So our one data is our text, then our date, and then our read more option. Okay, so let's get started here. So first one is going to be our text. Okay, so new text, and in here we need to add some dummy text. Okay, and before that we need to add the style. So style is going to be text style, and inside this text style we need to add the color. Color is going to be colors dot white, then font size is going to be, I can say, 20.0. okay, this is our first text. And so now go to this Lauren if some website. This is the dummy website where we can collect the text, dummy text. So I'm gonna copy some dummy text here and copy it here and then paste it here, and then if I save it here, now if I refresh this page, hopefully we'll be able to see the text, but I'm sure it will not be well organized, so we might need to change the style. So here we can see the text, because the reason is that in here we did a mistake. We select the color white and the background color is also white, so that's why I can see it. So now change it to black and now refresh it, and the text. So now as you can see that we can see the text and the images, but we did a mistake here. According to this image we need to add we need to use this card view, so we didn't use it. So let's get started to add the card view. So this is our container and this is our images, and this is our row and this is our container. So after this container it will be good, or we can directly wrap this container into a card view. So click inside this container, that is our main container for our each and every row. Okay, and then click this bulb, and then in here we will be able to see what we can say, wrap with new widget, and the widget will be, and add it here, and this widget is going to be the card. Okay, I can add here new card. Okay, now if I add the elevation, so elevation is going to be say 10.0, Now save, and if I refresh it, we will be able to see the card. And in here we can see the card. See the card, our data inside the card. But we can see the images take the lot of spaces. So for this expanded that we take images 2, I think it need to change it to 1, and for this container there is a text, it should text the 3, so it will be good. Now hit this, now refresh it. Now if I refresh it, and now I think it's looking pretty good. See our this text and this image and this text. I think that's it for this part. We will continue it from our next part, and next part we will add these two fields. Okay, and thank you for watching.